Try something in my teeth.
We'll click this sometime. Alright, there is the carryover.
What has that witch done?
So he's going to use the Bronwyn on this. It makes locking it really good. So I think we'll do that next. More grace. This is what I was saying, like, I think he gets more points than us. Let's go with this. They don't really have a good lock target, honestly. There's an Erendite. It's not a very big Erendite, so that's good. I think we just play this now, and we will lock this. If we're going to lock this, we should lock it earlier, but nothing we can do about that. We have a lot of boosts going on. So today I wanted to try out some Cultists. Cultists got some buffs. Let's mention those first. We have Eternal Eclipse went from 15 to 14 provisions. I think all the scenarios are now 14. There's no 15 provision cards in the game anymore. And we also got a buff to our friendly Deacon. This one I like. So the Eternal Eclipse Deacon went down a provision, which is really good because you gain 3 provisions overall in the deck. And this might sound weird, but I think the deck's going to be a little weaker now than it was last patch. That just has to do with Renfri. After when Renfri was in the game, everyone ran Renfri. Well, pretty much, like 70, I recorded the games, like 70% of people playing Renfri. But that meant there were no heat waves around. And if your Eclipse gets heat waved before the chapter 1 goes off, it's really, really bad. Like, it's almost game-endingly bad. So now we have to watch out for Renfri. So what I did with those extra provisions from the buffs is I threw in the Fifion Vaginal, however you say his name, I'm sorry. But I threw him in. I cut, the Cupbearer. Cupbearer is good, but I wanted to throw in the Defender because I figured with Heatwave back pretty much everywhere, we might have a problem. And we don't need Cupbearer. The poison's nice, the Purify's nice, but we don't need it. We have our own poisons from Fangs of the Empire and the Masquerade Ball, so I figured we didn't need it. And then we have as well the instead of the Purify, we can just poison the card, or you can invocation it, something like that. So that is the idea here. That is where I changed the deck. But overall, deck's pretty similar. We're running Imprisonment with Collar for extra locks. We have Masquerade Ball and Eternal Eclipse. We definitely want one of these round 1. It depends on the matchup, which one you want. Eternal Eclipse generates a whole bunch of points, especially in a long round, especially like round 3. So usually this one I like to save, but if you do play it early, it also gives you that infused earlier in the game, and you can use that Cultist boost from the beginning, so it's up to you. The only reason I don't like opening with it is because of Heatwave, but if you can protect it, sure, go for it. We've got the Masquerade Ball as well, both scenarios. Ownermancy, just because we need to get the scenarios, it's not the most consistent, but it's pretty good. Ownermancy will get you a scenario, and we also are running the Thinning from the Blightmakers, and I'm running a Maxi, so we should be able to get our scenarios fairly consistently. We got Vincent. Vincent's really good because Cultists seems to be popular again. You can get rid of that Cave Troll, that Invocation, the Cultists, and the game ends. So that's really good. We got the Defender here. We got Philippe Van Morlhelm. Again, he's actually really good versus Cultists. If you can get that Doomdaunt stuff, it's less easy because they can put that, they put the Veil on it, and they usually on a Purify card. But you can use him for that, and he's just really good. The Artorias Vigo and the Maxi fill out our gold cards. No Prophet now. Prophet's interesting, but I felt like he just wasn't quite good enough, so we aren't running him right now. So yeah, we have either Fifion, Felipe, Artorias Vigo, or Maxi will get the Master of Ceremonies' Cultist tag. Then we got most of the bronzes, like, it's pretty straightforward from here. 2 Blightmaker, 2 Mage Assassin. We're running Thirsty Dames because with the statuses go out, it's pretty nice, and you can trigger them. Play with Masquerade Ball, get more than 1, and then you'll have a bunch of boosts when you put out statuses, especially from Lipe. Then we got the Deacons and the Initiates to fill out the Cultists. Running 2 Fangs of the Empire and 2 Hunters. I like the Hunters for the locks. You could swap one of these out for Peller if you're too worried about cards with Defender on them. That's not a bad idea. You could swap one of those out here. We've got the Squirrel. So yeah, this is the deck. If you want to play a little riskier, you could cut the Fifion to put in the Cupbearer and then bump Squirrel to a Xavier. if you really want to answer stuff like Cultists, but this is the version I've been running, and let's go try it out. Another imprisonment deck, so we'll see what this is. We will find out. Hopefully it is not a mirror match, because I hate mirror matches. It's fairly boring, and a lot comes down to who drew better. What do we have here? Could go for scenario. We got that poisoned. One aristocrat too. So I would like a Masquerade ball round 1 here. If we're doing that, I actually want these Fangs of the Empire, I think. And if that's the case, Deacon's still pretty good. But I think we'll redraw here. Alright, so I think what we want to do... It's hard, because if he's going for some kind of mirror match, then we are looking not so great. Let's just play a Thirsty Dame. We have 2 more aristocrats. This is our least committal play. Hopefully we can try and figure out what he's playing. Probably going to be a Blight Maker though, so it won't tell us much. But you never know. If he's playing his own Cultist deck, he might pressure us with Ball here. Okay, so it looks this probably not going to be Cultist then. Or if it is, it's Cultist just 1 scenario. Or he's just going to get the same card as us. Blight Maker's pretty good here. Perhaps unsurprisingly. Let's see what else he's gonna do. He's choosing something. What a surprise. There's his Blight Maker. So, how much do we want to commit? The answer is not much. I think we'll just play this Initiate. Yeah, let's just play the Initiate. The nice thing about Initiate is if it gives the Infused, we can unlock with Felipe if we want to. See what he's going to do. Probably second Blight Maker for tempo pressure, and then we have to play a scenario, which is really good for him. Okay, Summoning Circle is going to be on Imperial Golem. Okay, we cannot win this without a scenario now, so we're going to go Ownermancy and play Masquerade Ball.
Oh dear. Have I something in my teeth?
We'll infuse this, because that triggers our stuff. Alright, so we want to play an aristocrat. The best one's this guy. But I don't really want to until the golem comes out. But the thing is, when the golem comes out, it's a plus 12. So that's not great. If he gets plus 12 next turn, he'd pass. Of course, we'd be fine because we do a long round 3. Let's just go with the Fangs then. It gives us a status. And then we can maybe use this collar. Let's use the collar. It should give us 2 more statuses. And now we're ahead on when the golem comes out still. There's a Cantarella. We'll take our Mage Assassin. That's not too bad. There's always other cards we can get with our Blight Maker to help us out. Okay, so we played the golem. Now we can go in here and let's do the Hunter here. We'll give the 2 bleeding. Get some more statuses going. The thing is, we've committed way more than him, which is rather annoying. There's a Ring of Favor, so I think we can still poison that card. It's just going to be harder. Let's go Felipe here. Yeah, we can definitely poison that. So we'll play him. Use this to kill off the golem. That gives quite a bit of points. We'll give this Doomed. Now, if he has an Igni, it's going to be really bad. And he might, honestly, have one. So there's the pass. He didn't have one. So that's good. But we did commit a whole scenario there, and all he played was a Cantarella. And I guess he also played Ring of Favor and Summoning Circle. But you don't run these type of cards unless you're trying some kind of strategy, we'll call it. We can't trigger the scenario if we do draw it now. It's annoying. Okay, now we can. Question is, do we go for this scenario right here in a shorter round? We're going to be short on some key cards, and we'd lose a round 3 for sure. But I think we will. He's going to Invocation this, which is the problem. He's going to get Invocation, and he's probably going to Heatwave our scenario. There's Invocation. And this gets Heatwaved, but we don't really have a better choice for winning the game. Okay, it's Siri Nova. Alright, that changes things. That changes things. Alright, let's go with the Master of Ceremonies, get that infused.
It is time to act.
Artorias Vigo will give us a lot of points. That is for sure. We do have a double lock and an Invocation, so if he's playing Siri Nova, we should be good actually. I think we're fine. Golden Nekkar's a scary card, but I'm not sure what his best cards. He's gonna have a Vilgefortz, which is annoying if it hits something bad, but other than that, we should be fine. He's gonna hit this with the Imprisonment charge. Yep. Our Vigo's probably gonna hit too, but we can at least boost him. The deploy for 3 damage here is not going to be great. What do we want to play? Probably Deacon. It's a Cultist. Play another Deacon. We got 7 on Artorias Vigo. We do have this Deacon still too, but that's going to be the extent of it, and then we just have an Invocation, which we'll use on Siri Nova. There's the Vilgefortz. Hopefully this is a good card for us. Okay, that's not too bad. You ever have the Infused, right? Yeah, he's got the Infused. Let's give Vincent Cultist, and let's give you Cultist. That's not going to amount to much in the long term, but why not? We'll play this. Get some points going. He's going to have to Golden Nekkar. There's Tibor. Okay. We could either Invocation the Siri Nova to prevent carryover, or we could Invocation the Tibor for an additional 5 points. The thing is, he hasn't Golden Nekkared. And since he hasn't Golden Nekkared, he's either really trying to save it, or he doesn't have it. Five points is quite a bit. If we Invocation Tibor, he's down to 16. And we're at 32. Then we can do these, and he's at 10, and we're at 32. That's hard to come back from with the Golden Nekkar. Then he has the carryover. The safe play is to Invocation the Siri Nova. But we're going to Invocation the Tibor, because we're feeling risky. Let's just lock these guys. I think we can win now, as opposed to doing a Invocation on the Siri Nova. There's that. We knew we had that. There's an Assassination and a Megascope. A Megascope's a 0-point card, so that's good for us. That's worth 4. Would have got an extra point if he hit this. Megascope's worth 0, and then this is going to be a nice boost for him. Don't come down what this last card is. He only needs 9, which isn't that much, but that's not it. GG.
youth shall tuck tail and beg for mercy.
I got a magic lamp on this guy. And imprisonment once again. Let's see what we want to run here. Squirrel, probably not great. We are missing an access to Masquerade Ball, which is a better round 1 card. We've got double poison. We can play with Ownermancy, so it's not too bad. I think we'll pressure on even with Masquerade Ball. Pressuring on even with the scenarios, usually you can get out a Heat Wave. If we get the Heat Wave out, we know our Eclipse is safe. And we'll see what he's running at the same time. As far as aristocrats for Masquerade Ball, though, we've got Vincent. We only have one, but Artorias Vigo will probably make one. On the off chance our scenario actually lives. It's not going to be the most consistent thing to go for our scenario. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a lot of bronzes. We might not get another aristocrat, so it could be kind of scary for us. So I think we'll play the Artorias Vigo first. Okay, so I think he's running Cultists. This makes me think of Cultists. Let's pressure then with the scenario, like I said. If it is Cultist, you really can't afford Heat Wave unless you cut something like Vincent, or maybe you only run the one scenario. So this makes me think he doesn't have it. So now we play the Artorias Vigo. We look for an aristocrat.
You will not regret this, good sir.
This is an aristocrat. We can bleeding or lock. Let's go with the bleeding here.
I wonder what my snares will capture this time.
Let's give us some assimilate points as well. And next turn we can Vincent. It's not going to be the best Vincent, but we also do have just like Fangs of the Empire poisons, so we don't have to Vincent to trigger the last poison. We can kind of hold that over him. It's a Blight Maker. Alright, so if we do go Vincent here, we can play a poison. We can Vincent this and poison. Poisoning is worth 12. Alright. I just said we want to push on even. This is a 12-point play. That does not get us... Well, gets us on even. But on even, having lost the scenario is not ideal. So I think we will go with the Vincent.
Oh, gentlemen have their vices. Arsenic on my shirt.
We want to keep up the pressure if we can. If he plays any of his own big cards, we do have Invocation. The thing is, I don't think many of his units are going to be too useful to us.
Her grace will not be pleased.
So he's going to go with his own poisons. Hardly a surprise. We'll just start dropping our own again.
Feeling a bit peckish.
Getting a lot of value from these, but that's okay with us, right? This isn't going to do much, so we might as well play this guy for the poison.
Drinking can be hazardous to your health.
Now we're getting to the time where he might want to pass. Let's see if he does. Alright, good. We got the win on even. And we did play Ownermancy, so we can use that again. The thing is, he did play his Yonkave, so he's gonna have all his good cards now. He didn't have Heat Wave in that hand, but if it's in his deck, he now has it. Which is a bit scary. Do we have 2 gold cultists in our hand? Got Master of Ceremonies, that's it. And we do have an Ownermancy, and we have Felipe. Our hand, it will not be better than it is currently. This is the best hand we're going to get for the rest of the game. which is probably also true of him, but I think it'll be worth going for the scenario push then. So let's play our card that's about to be hit with an invocation. He has everything left, basically. Okay, that works too. Now we get Heatwave in our scenario, and that's pretty much game ending. Of course, you're running Vincent, and maybe you don't have Heatwave. That's a 10-piece slot that both are removals, so he might not. He has his own Masquerade Ball instead. Okay. So hit us a lock. You are infused. We should have done something about this, but we'll lock it now. Forgot when we infused everything he was gonna get points. Should not have forgotten about that. We don't actually have any cultists in our hand, really, so it's not gonna be the biggest point thing, but we'll get a deacon at least. We have a couple options here. The deacon will give these the infused, so it's not too bad. At least the cultist tags so can trigger our point boosts. And invocationing the Vincent wouldn't be bad if we don't need it on anything else. We need our Felipe though. That'll be good. He throws this lock, which is definitely landing on him though. So we want the Felipe to have like an impactful thing, but it's not gonna have zeal. Okay, so that's not too bad. This is not bad for us. He did that. Do we just go Felipe here? We're not going to have a vampire, so I think we do. Let's play him. We do have the 3 cultists actually damage something. Let's give this it. Oh, is it 3 other cultists? 3 or more cultists. 1, 2, 3. Most part infused enemy. I knew we were forgetting something. Opponent lost connection. Great. I'm guessing this is actual, like an actual connection loss, because there's no reason to quit here. He still has his Masquerade Ball up. He's got a lock for this guy. Should be fine. We'll go in with our Blight Maker or this guy next. Probably the Initiate. Seems pretty good. Here's the lock. What we really need to do is find out if he's running his own. Well, with Brothan's this, he can't have both scenarios. The thing is, that means he probably has some other scary hypervision cards. Let's give to this. So like he probably has some other scary hypervision cards, which is not ideal. He's kind of locked everything we've infused though, which is pretty annoying. It's really hindering our potential points here. And it's not looking too good. The best thing we can probably hope for is that we have a nice invocation target. Brothan's isn't good because we don't have a Disloyal Bronze. He might actually be quitting here. I don't know. He's used a lot of provisions. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He's used a lot of provisions. I'm not sure he can finish this scenario. Very anticlimactic end there. Sorry, guys.
Speak your mind. To the point.
Knights. Okay, should be interesting. I'm kind of curious who wins the 10-card all-out point slam round. with the knight scenario versus our scenario. I'm honestly not sure, and I'm not convinced I want to find out. Now we've got 2 vampires. Squirrel I do actually want to banish an amphibious assault, which he's probably running. So we'll go with this hand. I think we just straight up open Masquerade Ball. I know people don't like to just slam a scenario, but I'm not opposed.
Is it?
It applies a ton of pressure, and we'll see if he's got a heat wave. Like, this is usually really scary, because if the opponent sees this, they know you want a long round, and sometimes they'll just banish this to try and stop that round from happening. We'll see if that's the case here. I really doubt it. That works better in lower ranks. But you never know. Sometimes it gets everybody. And if not, we do actually really want that long round. There's the squirrel for Ownermancy. That hurts. That's not very nice, my friend. You're not my friend anymore. Throw down another Thirsty Dame here. I don't mind putting poisons on this because we have Felipe to put more out. Like if he puts down a shield something, we can just hit the shield card with lock, play Felipe, give it the poison from this thing, deploy, the fangs will create, and immediately hit it with Felipe's order, and I'll kill it. It does kind of waste the damage on our lock, but it is an immediate kill on a unit. We do have our Vincent as well.
Gentlemen, mount up.
Okay. Do we just Felipe Van Morlehelm here? I like it. I do like this idea. Let's just finish off all this stuff. So we'll poison this. Give this thing doomed. And he should have a difficult time putting up any fight in this round now. Now we have committed a lot of provisions. That's important to remember. This kind of strategy works best if you're going for a long round 2, which I was going to until we lost our Ownermancy. So that's really unfortunate. We get a poison now. He's gonna pass. Like this is definitely a pass turn for him. So we're gonna thin with Blightmaker.
No good wine will come from here.
This is definitely when he's passing. We could have stacked our scenario with this Blightmaker. But I'm more concerned with this thin right here because... Okay. Probably should have stacked the scenario with this Blightmaker, honestly. But we'll see what we draw. Alright. Like I said, we probably should have stacked... Well, we got it anyway. We got 2 gold cultists. Squirrel, he is not amphibious assaulted. So I think we will get rid of this. Hope for a cultist. We didn't get one. We don't have defender. Okay, I think our best chance is just a 2 round with Eternal Eclipse. So I'm rather concerned that his scenario, the Damsel in Distress, gives him more points. The problem is he might have a heat wave. And if we're can lose condition for the game is him having heat wave, it's better to go now than next round when it's more likely to have it. So he's gonna remove that. That's fine. I think we actually want to get some Deacon infused off before we do anything else.
We enact the will of the cosmos.
I want to infuse as many cultists as possible with the order on this. And if he's playing slow like this, the next card is going to be pretty scary. We do have Invocation if it's like a Maiden Shield or something. Windhelm of Atra is pretty good. We can Vincent that whenever we want, though. Let's Cultist infuse you. And let's just play our second Deacon. This time we'll get you. Our whole hand is now Cultists. And I want to use this order before we trigger the Eclipse. Unlike that other first game, was it? I don't remember. One of them, we had not that many Cultists even after the infused. Oh no, we lost connection. That's not good. Alright, it's back. Windhelm we can kind of get rid of whenever we want. We've got... Okay, can we please stop losing connection here? We're in a really good spot. Don't lose the game from this. Alright, this should be his scenario. Yep, there it is. really good spot here. So what we want to do is we're going to infuse our last guy. I might as well pick you. Alright, now that we've done that, we want to go... I think we go Vincent. He doesn't have an infused card because we killed it, but that's fine. We'll just get rid of Windhelm because that's scary, and we still have Invocation. So let's do that. Kill this. Get infused on everything. And let's see how many points he can put out. Maiden Shield's the scary card, right? Because it's going to trigger everything. With the Graces.
Don't give up easy, do you?
No, we don't give up easy. Play your Maiden Shield, buddy. It's probably the next choice for you. No! Don't jinx it. Don't taunt me so the connection goes away. Alright. Well then, let's just finish triggering our scenario here. Get another Deacon.
Emptied.
We are going to have a ton of points. I'm not using the Imprisonment here, even though it's not bad. Just because I don't think we really want to hit it into 2 armor. But it does give him an option for like all the Grace stuff together, so it might be worth it. Who knows? Who knows? This didn't get infused, by the way. This is just a visual bug. Shouldn't this have gotten... You played this before you clicked the order, I got you. There's the Maiden Shield. Yes, this is the one that's going to trigger all the Graces.
Stuck in the stirrups again.
Yep. Now we can Invocation that. And I think we will eventually. So, he didn't use the order yet. So I want him to use the order first. Let's just play this.
Oh dear. Have I something in my teeth?
We'll click this sometime. Alright, there is the carryover. So he's going to use the Bronwyn on this. It makes locking it really good. So I think we'll do that next. More Grace. This is what I was saying, like I think he gets more points than us. Let's go with this. They don't really have a good lock target, honestly. I'm curious if this will get more points from being boosted than the Maiden Shield is. This is at 3 now. He's used it twice.
The righteous shall be recompensed.
There's an Erendite. It's not a very big Erendite, so that's good. I think we just play this now, and we will lock this. If we're going to lock this, we should lock it earlier, but nothing we can do about that. We have a lot of boosts going on. It's actually a little concerning where we are, because we're going to have to decide between invocationing the Resilience card or the extra 11 or 12, the other extra like 12 points on Maiden Shield. The 12 points on Maiden Shield gets us pretty far ahead, but he does have all the Knight stuff to trigger. So it kind of depends what's in his hand, especially this card. I think right now we'll go for the invocation on the Maiden Shield. We'll see what he wants to pull out. There's the Amphibious Assault. That's a really scary one. It's going to be Knight Errant, probably. Unless he has a Selkirk. But we have Locke, so Selkirk wouldn't be a good choice. Yeah, there's the Knight Errant.
Lay down, my lady. I shall be with
Gonna trigger its Grace now. Okay, so it's now 8-point difference between the Resilience and Maiden Shield. And the other thing is, this is gonna keep getting boosts from stuff. So I think we will take this. Then I think we lock this. And we're up by 18. Do we save our last lock or do we use it? I think we use it.
Don't give up easy, do you?
Let's see what he's got. So I usually want to slow down the Errand Knight, and as well, I don't think it's going to be very good round 3 because most of its cards are engine stuff anyway. We have some good stuff like Vigo and Blightmaker. Oh, I didn't see what he played. What was it? It was Mahakam Ale. He needs another 16. That shouldn't be too bad. I think he... I missed what he unlocked. Why didn't he unlock this? Well, GG. Not sure why we didn't unlock this. Alright, we're going up against vampires, Mr. Crazy Winner here. Vampire Renfri still exists to my irritation, but there's also just regular old vampires. We'll see what this is. Against regular vampires, we actually have plenty of locks, so that's not too bad. I'd like to hold on to those in our hand here. We actually drew both of our scenarios, which is really unlikely. Well, it's not that unlikely, because usually I count Onomancy as having one of them, but we drew them both, which is good. Let's pressure with Masquerade Ball. Again, this is the type of situation that usually forces out a Heat Wave, and then this is safe, but we'll see. If he doesn't play the Heat Wave, he can do this. This is why this double scenario is so good. Part of it.
Don't ask a lady her age. It's unbecoming.
Alright, now he's going to go with a... Probably going to do his Veil, so we can't finish the poison. That is risky, because we can purify it or something. Or just put the poison somewhere else, which is what we're going to do. Are you a cultist? You are not, so that's pretty good to play here, then. Let's do that. We'll play you. Looking for this. Deacon's not bad either. Deacon's not bad, but this is about round 1 pressure, and this applies more pressure.
Oh dear. Have I something in my teeth?
There's the Flutter. We want that Flutter locked or invocationed. I'm not sure which one yet. We'll start with the lock, and then if he purifies it, we'll invocation it. That's probably the best choice here. No connection. So we'll play this for the lock. He's going to get ahead here unless we use a leader charge. But we aren't really pressuring to win on even because we don't have another tempo play after this. So we'll let him get out of the round if he wants, but we'll go into that round 2 pressure with our second scenario. Yeah, Vampire Renfri. I despise that this deck is around so much. Okay, anyway. Let's go... Probably Deacon's not bad here. Yeah, let's play the Deacon. Infuse you. He's going to pass. That's fine, because I want to use this order. We'll put it on Vincent. Alright, let's put it on Felipe. And then this will get us out with the Blightmaker into Mage Assassin. And then we will have to use a leader charge, but that's not too bad. It's not too bad. We want to pressure then. We want to pressure. For that, we just want as many cultists as possible. So that's good. We've got, what, 1 gold cultist? You're 1 as well, right? So we know he doesn't have a heat wave, so we can throw this down very safely. Then we'll use this, and we'll invocation into Felipe and go that way. He still has a Roach. He didn't play a single gold card that round 1. So Roach will be a tempo for him. Alright, he's going to try and kill this. Oh, I'm going to go for the monsters card. Probably looking for Flutter or something. And a Plumard. It's not too bad. We can infuse it. So let's do that. We infuse here. We want to go Felipe here. It's not going to have Zeal. Oops, he's in our hand. He's not going to have Zeal. But the next best thing to pull out of our deck, this thing it's probably going to be Fifion. It's probably the best card to pull out. But he's going to run a Purify for sure. So we want to get a Vampire out. This guy is a Vampire. He's not a Cultist though. We want to infuse him with Cultist. So I guess we just play this without the Zeal. And we can hopefully get a Vincent. There's the lock.
I do not mince words. On principle.
So we're going to pull out a... if we're going to do this, maybe we should have gone for this. Got Master of Ceremonies and Fifion. The thing is, he has the Purify, right? So it didn't really matter. Let's go with the Fifion here. Wherever he is, he's our best play. We do have an infused enemy that's going to die here. There's that kill. That's pretty nice. We'll boost him up. We'll play our Deacon. Definitely want to give this guy the Cultist tag. And get some pressure going. There's the Peller. See, we knew he had this. So, like, it didn't really matter what we did here. Okay, he's setting up for his Renfri. Setting up for his Renfri. We will infuse in our deck. Might as well be in Blightbreaker. Then we'll play out this guy. Hopefully we can get his deploy off. Or not deploy, his, well, no, his order. Infuse some stuff. There's the Triss. He's drawing into his Renfri. Good for him. Good for him. This is a bronze card we infuse. This infuse actually gets really good value now. So let's just play this guy melee. Vincent we can combine with Imprisonment. We can also Vincent the infused guy, because he'll come over here with a whole bunch of points on it. We can also Vincent the Renfri, because it has Doomed now. Make sure you can't Purify replay it, although Monsters tends to not do that. No Renfri still, that's rather surprising. Well, no Renfri still. We'll just do this Vincent. Make that a 7, and I think we'll lock this guy. Now he's gonna have to run free. There she is.
Yeah, it's Baptiste. Go ahead, feel it.
The thing is, he still has that Ragus, which is scary. So all enemies by 1's really bad for us. Actually, we have a couple armors, and then lowers to 10. And we're gonna lose to this Renfri deck again. Just gotta love it, don't you? Gotta love it. He's 9. Get the pass then. 9's super easy. Our biggest hope here is that, like, without Renfri, he doesn't have any plays left. And we want, like, Blightmaker for tempo. And maybe, like, Master of Ceremonies or something. We have a double poison, but I think I'd rather have the other stuff. See what he wants to do. So, Nekkar. Let's see. So, the best thing to Ownermancy from our deck is Blightmaker. He's not infused. So we will start with Thirsty Dame, I suppose.
A superb specimen, truly.
There's the Flutter. We're going to Invocation that Flutter. Probably is our last play. We can also Invocation it now, and that way we don't hit our Blightmaker damage onto it. Probably the best choice, really. We need all the points here. I think we're going to lose to Aregis.
Tolerate the worthy, discard the death.
Oriana wins too, because we don't have that many points left. There's an Alp. This is going to be Regis, and then we lose, which is really unfortunate, but whatever.
Defeat them with
So
hunger.
Blightmaker, Mage Assassin. Now we lose to Regis.
Your powers of reduction seem to wane not one bit.
Had enough Renfri for my life. Imprisonment once again.
Patience
This will
is
probably be the
a
last
virtue
one
I am
here.
known to have.
Let's see. He's running Ceremonial Dagger. That is weird. That is a bit weird. Don't have a scenario, which is pretty unfortunate. At least we're going second, so if we were going first here, I think we'd lose on even, and then that would be really bad.
Spin the wheel.
So he's playing Cultists as well. You know what they say? Can't beat them, join them. We're already Cultists. We're gonna do the same thing he is, and just like start deaconing stuff.
Then fill the gap.
He might actually kill our guy to stop us from doing it. I wouldn't be surprised. But the Cultists making as many of the things Cultists before the scenario is really good.
The day is nigh.
We also want to get Mage Assassins to get that as well. I think we just lock here.
Few poachers dare venture into the Von Morlohum's wood.
The infused on this can be really big if we're gonna go for a long round, so it's a pretty valuable lock. Okay, there's his scenario.
Secret.
There is his scenario. Nothing we can do about it. We do want to thin then. Do we actually want our scenario? Like this game? He's gonna trigger the Death Wish there too.
I shall not.
Oh man, he's got like a perfect hand. If we don't draw well, this game's over. If we don't draw Eternal Eclipse, this game ends, which is really sad. This is exactly why I hate mirror matches. All right, we drew it. Now we'd also like ball, because his hand's going to be perfect. That's not useful. If we get ball, we can... whatever. Didn't get it. Now we're in trouble, because if he's running Heat Wave, this gets banished and we lose. So we have to play the Fifion first. But let's see how he wants to play this. Like, there's no way we can actually keep up with Cultists without playing the scenario this round. So we have to do it. It's bad.
Victory is on the wind. bad side.
Yeah, there it is. And now we can protect his stuff round 3. And if this gets heat waved, we'll actually just quit the game, I think. But so far, he's played... I don't know if he has. I don't think he does. I really doubt he has it. There's the Prophet. This isn't bad, the Master of Ceremonies. There's nothing like boosted on it, so we'll just play him here. Get the infused.
It is time to act.
We don't need to be up a card. And the nice thing is with Vincent, like, we can Vincent anything because it's going to have the infused on it. But he can do the same to us. We have to keep that in mind. There's the Joaquin here. So I think it's just single scenario. That is a good card for us to Invocation. You can also just Vincent it. I want to save the Vincent, honestly. I think we want to play Vincent, though, because he's our gold cultist. So's this. He has a whole bunch of infused guys. So I think we do play Vigo.
What is truth, if not an
Initiate's not terrible, I suppose.
Day is nigh. We enact the will of the cosmos.
He's going to have to keep playing his guys now. He can't play any bronzes, because if he plays a bronze, we get too much value from initiates. And that being said, he did play this guy earlier, so he's probably going to have all golds. He probably has a coup in here, which is frustrating, but I don't think he can have a second scenario. So if we go to a short round with the ball, it might be alright. He's going to make more of our cards. Like I said, this card's actually really dangerous here. He's probably going to lock ours. Just get so many points from it. He did not lock it. Okay. He didn't lock it. Would we rather save Vincent or would you rather save... I think we play Vincent. And then we go like this. We'll infuse in our deck our Mage Assassin, so it comes out with it. We'll come out with the energy, whatever. You know what I'm saying. We infuse this again, and then we lock it. Because that order is really scary. We can be up a... Like, the thing with the order is if he puts it on this, then he gets another one, and then he can keep using it. So we really have to stop that from happening. That being said, if we play another cultist, this just dies, and we get 2 of them that are really big. So that's good for us. And we'll just play these guys, and then go to round 3. And hopefully get our ball. So we want to play Maxi as well. Maxi is infused, so we'll play her next. We definitely want to try and get that ball. He's going to Vincent. He's going to take out probably this guy. He might lock us now. We'll see. We should be good in this round, even if he does start locking us, just because of the value we get off of this. It's going to be really big. He's going to kill that off. That's fine. Maxi will be all we need here. We're going to make sure our ball's on top.
Your magic can't harm me.
We draw a ball. We get vampires, we do. So let's just leave this how it is. Oh, we locked this so it doesn't get the infused. We're dumb. Yeah, whatever. We weren't going to change the outcome here. We were always going to lock this because we couldn't have him using the ability. So you have infused +1. You have +3. That's +4. And then this plays for 4. Let's just do this.
No good wine will come from here, not even compost.
Not too bad of a spot. We do have Invocation, which could get something good for us round 3. Preferably a Vincent. But Vincent's only a 1, so that's not going to be the most ideal outcome here. So what are your infused? You're infused, so it's 4. Okay, Brothans, that's really good for him, except he killed off some of our stuff.
No worries, man. I'll remain unseen, be assured.
Uneven's kind of fine, so let's just play these guys here.
An anointed servant.
He definitely has a way to kill Artorias Vigo, who's at a 20 right now, so we're actually in kind of a scary spot. And there's the treason. Wait, we should be fine then. We play this. We're fine. Now we have 2 vampires and Masquerade Ball, plus up a card, we should be good. Does have coup still, keep that in mind. I mean, this is probably the best hand we're getting. If I recall correctly, these were too far down to try and draw into, so we'll just stick with this. Play Masquerade Ball. Let's see what he wants to do. This should give us enough points. Even if he heat waves it now, having this out is pretty good, and we should have enough points. The only scary card's coup. If he has like, he already played Jakeem, so it's got to be something. He can coup this. Not much we can do about it, but let's just play another Thirsty Dame. We should be good. So Ku's gonna come in here, make another Thirsty Dame, and we should kill the first one and be fine because we can Invocation his last unit. The only kind of scary thing is an Erendite, but I'm not sure he has that. Alright, so we'll go in here. This will do the bleeding.
The hounds of Cultists.
I don't even think Erendite does it. So we just got 2 my points. Blank Maker.
A fine vintage.
Let's do the quick play here you never see for the extra points because it does come off, just to show that off. That's how that works with the Invocation on Mage Assassin. Sometimes it's useful. Highest value point there. Value card there. Alright, that was Cultists. What do I think about Cultists? I think Cultists have potential to be one of the highest value long round decks. The issue with Cultists is heat waves back in the meta, with Renfri being nerfed. Although, once again, there is a Renfri deck in this video because we cannot escape them. Every single time I've opened Gwent since the last patch, I've played a Renfri deck. And it's very annoying. However, just because I'm tired of seeing her so much. However, that doesn't mean that there's more heat waves. And heat waves are kind of the problem, because if you lose Eternal Eclipse, you're in really big trouble. You need that Chapter 1. And there's not really a way to trigger it. Right? None of the leaders do, which is annoying, but understandable. And there's not a good setup. Unless you've got like a Stefan out, you've played a Decree, you can trigger it when you play it, but otherwise you're in real trouble if this thing's Chapter 1 gets stopped from going off. And like I said, I ran Fifion because of that, but Fifion never worked because you always got Invocationed or Purified. And there's not much we can do about that. I'm thinking he might not actually be worth it. Maybe you just run the risk of getting heat waved. Because you can certainly add in some value with the Cupbearer. You can put in Cupbearer instead, and then you can also fit in, probably take out Maxi, although I like Maxi in here. I think she's a good addition. And it makes sense when she becomes a cultist, sort of. But yeah, you can put in the Cupbearer as well, and then you can get another 3 provisions for something. Maybe Prophet. Prophet's not bad, it's just not the best in my experience. I do like it, but you can run Dead Man's Tongue or something too. But yeah, this is the deck. I do like Cultists. Like I said, Heat Wave's the biggest problem. Which is kind of why, if you've watched these, I never went straight round 3 with 10 cards with the Cultists. Just because if you try and do that and you get heat waved on the scenario, it's really bad. So that's why we didn't try and do that. It is a really good long round. You can do it. I'm just nervous about heat waves. But you can do that. That's not bad. And it's fine. You can do it. It's I think a good deck. The Ownermancy eats a lot of provisions, but the consistency I think is worth it. You could also go with the Cursed Scroll. It's not too bad. You lose some tempo round one. You don't have that collar, but it might be worth it if you always want to open Masquerade Ball. It's not bad if you want to do that. And I think it's pretty good. Other than that, though, the bronzes, like I said, you can change Squirrel. You can change Fangs if you don't think you need the extra poisons. They're not bad cards to change. You can change Maxi. And then the Fifione you can use as well. Those are the cards you can change around. Good options, like I said, are Prophet or Cupbearer. As far as the bronzes, you can run a Peller if you want that Purify. If you're not going to run Cupbearer, you can swap Squirrel for that. You could cut the Squirrel, gain provisions by removing Fifione, and add Xavier if you're scared of like Witch's Sabbath, Cultists decks. It's up to you, but I think overall the deck's pretty good, and I do like playing Cultists. Not the Vilgefortz Renegade version, where you spam out an infinite number of hero eclipses, but I like this version. So, what do you guys think? Let me know. What other decks should we be trying out? Well, I have a couple in mind, but after that, we'll see what you guys want. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.